Hello and welcome on SQL Ki Pathsala. Today we are going to talk about Northwind database, and I am here to explain you about uh, different stuff in database, and I'm going to talk about database from reporting point of view. So a SQL is a very vast language, and different type of developer use SQL for different purpose, and I as a report developer I am using SQL from last 5 year, and I am here to explain you about reporting things, SQL stuff from reporting point of view. So we will talk about a stored procedure, we will talk about all other stuff. So first of all, let me very clear, I'm gonna talk about Microsoft SQL Server. So you can see like Microsoft SQL Server is open, and I am ready without wasting your time to talk about Northwind database. So I am, you can see like here we have a lot of database like Adventure Work DW 2017 batch 2 batch 2.1 Northwind database. So this is a database that is our concern. Other just ignore for God's sake. And this SQL Ki Pathsala is also a one database that is going to come handy in our coming lecture. But for now, we are going to discuss about only Northwind database, and hopefully you guys are aware about this Northwind database. If not, then I am here to just tell you about what Northwind database is. So let me expand this particular thing. You can see the plus symbol, you can click there, and you can like expand it. Now you can see table views, programmability, other thing is storage and all those things. Right now we are going to click on tables, and these are the tables present in our database: dbo.categories, dbo.customer, customer demo, dbo.customer demographics, dbo.customer employees, and all those things. First of all, let me just write first query. So this is our table. Now you can click, you can see like columns name, you can see like this key, see this particular key represent like it is a primary key column. So category id is a primary key column, and other things you can see. So it's okay, it's fine. And if you don't understand about these things, do comment below, and I will try to make videos like what is primary key, what is foreign key, other stuff. But I am right now I'm doing as a from a practical point of view. Suppose you don't know primary key, foreign key, then it's very difficult for you to understand how we are going to do join and all those stuff. Before covering that particular topic of join and other things, I'm gonna obviously I'm gonna take some session on all those things. But for now I am going to write some simple queries from one table only, so that's why I am not going in depth into that, but I will do someday, promise. And I am going to write like select star from, and from dbo table, dbo dot what dot categories, or okay, okay. Right now I am in batch 2. So first of all I need to go into Northwind database. So for that there are a number of ways of navigating from one database to another. One is that you can see like this particular thing. Okay, so from here what you can do, you can select Northwind database, and right now I am in Northwind database. Other thing is that this Northwind, you can see I can select this Northwind from here, and I can use keyword, and I can paste this Northwind. I can navigate to Northwind database for sure. Suppose I am in this database, I want to navigate to Northwind Win database, I can clearly do it. Now I can expand and then I can see that categories. So one thing you can do like this. Okay. So we are in dbo.categories and okay. So basic thing that I want to tell you in this particular thing, like suppose I have written a code. This is execute. You can press F5. F5 is gonna execute your code, selected code or whatever code. F5. Okay, remember this. F5. F5 is a shortcut key. Shortcut key to execute your code. To execute your code. What if you don't remember, like F5 is to execute your code, you can use this particular things to execute, and these things are doing like same thing. So this is a way, like different way of doing same things in programming, in tools. There are multiple options in which you can use to do same things. So that's one thing that I want to cover. And uh, this is the first session, so I'm gonna tell you a very basic things, like right now you can understand, like these are. So upon we will try to understand this, like category id is a column name, and these are rows values. You can see 1 to 10. So these are row 1, row 2, row 10. These are rows values. Then you can understand this category name is also column name, then description, then this picture. So these are all our columns names and values. So always remember, in relational database, how data is gonna store. So data is always going to store in a table, and table, what are the feature of table is always going to have categories. Like you can see categories, uh, like you can, a table always have, sorry, a table always have columns and rows. Columns are like uh, fixed, you can say for a table, column number of column is fixed. You know it well in advance, like what a designer obviously know. If you haven't designed a table, which is going to be in most of the cases in reporting world, like you are not the person who is designing the table, you are gonna use a table designed by somebody else. So for you, it's always going to be very interesting to explore database and all those things. And column names, you know well in advance. Rows are like it is gonna change day by day, means based on based on what business required. So on daily basis, rows values will keep on changing based on process, business requirement, and all those things. I'm not saying that you cannot change column. You can change column as well, you can add column, but generally in business it is not like every day you're gonna find some new column. It depends based on change of procedure and all those things. People do add few columns, but those are very slow process. Once in a sprint or in a like 2 3 month you can find change in existing column. That is quite okay and fine. I don't want to go into all those technicalities. Rather than I right now I am focused on uh, a table. So in this particular uh, table, you can see like categories. If a user want to see, so user want to see categories and description. Anyway, like pictures, you can see like pictures have some URL. You can see like picture is having some URL which is not making sense for us. And in report also, like, we are not going to use this kind of values from directly from database. So there are other mechanism of dealing with pictures and other things in reporting world. uh, but yeah, we gonna now let me explain this particular stuff, like so you want like name and categories, then how you are gonna do it? This is our question. So uh, what are there are different ways of doing same stuff. Let me do it and show you. Like, suppose I want to take some values like categories name. I can do it like this: categories dot categories name, and other is like, again, categories dot description. Only these two values I require, and I have written, and boom. Yes, so we are successful in getting only these two values, and we are getting, remember, we are getting here all values at once. But can we do same thing with little bit ease? Yes, we can do it. And here is another concept, another keyword and another concept. Keyword is, here the keyword is alias name. I'm gonna introduce, just, I'm done. Now I will as, and category, for category I will write CT or maybe C for categories. Okay, and now C dot as is a keyword. Okay, fine. Now category name, and C dot category description. Is it fine? Is it fine? Now see, you are a report developer and somebody want, like, in database we generally don't include space in column name, but in report that is a real life scenario. So in real life we can have spaces like category and name. So somebody asks you like, why don't you put some space between category and name? So we can do this simply by using as keyword, and we will put like this. But you see some red thing is happening. So you can see, like, I have written something, let me execute it. You are getting incorrect near name, and why it is and how you can correct this one is like by putting it into single quote, and now hopefully it is gonna work. So yes, category name you can see. So you can clearly see like these two queries are returning the same values. The only difference is uh, there is a space between category and name, and otherwise everything is fine. So I have given you a two approach of writing same code, but which one is best and why? So I will obviously I have introduced you first one, that is gonna, we are not going to use that one, and but some people still use that one, and that is not wrong. Technically that is not wrong, but yes, for the sake of ease, we if we want to write some complex queries, in that cases obviously the second approach is the best one, and that is the approach that I like it and I follow personally in my coding journey. And for my coding I obviously follow that one. That's why I have introduced you, and that is little bit simple why you will go to write this categories whole and then um, using that particular column name and all those things. Instead you can use C and city, something like alias name, and that is going to do your work. And that's all, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it, and do uh, give your feedback to us so that we can improve. Okay, thank you. Bye.